What's good, everyone? Thanks for coming back to my channel, Project Flip. Today I'm going to go over a little bit of an update here with my $600 CRV project. So I decided to do this outside. It's a little different, got a little bit of a scenic look here, you know what I'm saying? I'm at a park. It's actually quite nice, but it is a little hot. Anyways, get you guys up to speed. I know I mentioned it in one of my other videos that I picked this up for about $600. It was non-running, and it was just, I had to deal with some other issues, especially with the title. That is all squared away. Good news for me. So I got the title now. I also have the plates, the tags. It's legit. It's good to go. So to start it off, I did pick this up for $600. It was non-running. The motor inside was blown. The motor that I got with it turned out to be blown after I installed it. So it was kind of a tedious task. So I ended up combining the two engines to make one good engine and replace the rod bearings and the piston rings. Now it's running. It's running good now. I had to do a few other things off camera, redo the timing again, and I had to do a valve adjustment. Now it's running great. It's purring. It's full of power, full of life. I'm very pleased with it. So you can see I'm kind of talking and walking around the car to kind of get you a better idea of the shape and the condition that it's in. The body's pretty good overall. It's not bad. Like I said, it was $600. I had to rebuild the engine and got it running. So for the rings and the rod bearings, it didn't really cost much. I paid maybe like 50 bucks for both parts combined and slapped it together as more of my time and effort putting it together. Don't mind the little sticker there. That was like the leftover residue from when I had my little temp tag taped up there, but I got a plate with tags, so you ain't got to worry about that. Right now it's running good. There is a few other issues that I will address here. I do have to change out the oil pan. I do have a spare oil pan it came with. The one that's currently on there was tapped with the oil return feed for a turbo, because the B20 that it originally had pretty much came out of the Del Sol that had a B20 turbo. The other oil pan is just a stock oil pan, has no taps in it or anything like that, but this one is currently leaking. I do have another gasket, so I'm going to swap out the oil pan so that way I don't have this long line or a cap on it or anything like that, just a stock oil pan, and redo the gasket. That should fix that little issue there. So I do have a little minor leak coming from the oil pan, but not enough to cause any kind of severe issues or anything like that. I do need to get a couple other things to be able to make it definitely a lot more worthwhile. It is missing the drive shaft for the four-wheel drive. So once I get that, hopefully the transfer case is still good. But I found those online for about 140 bucks, brand new. I called around to some junkyards. They don't really have it, and the ones that do have it want more than what it's costing brand new. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. So I might as well just wait a little bit, get it brand new, slap that in, and hopefully the transfer case holds up. That's currently on the car. Another thing I'm going to be working on here, and as I make my way to the front, I will show you. As you can tell in the front, I am missing the front grille, and I did stick some little fog lights in there. They're not wired up right now. Honestly, they're just holding the front bumper on because there is some core support damage that you can kind of see right here. Let me see if I can get you closer. You can see where the core support's bent a little bit. Push the light in a little bit, and there's a little bit of damage right there by the light. So the plan with this is to get this pulled out, realigned, and pulled up. I gotta pull out this brace a little bit because it pushed in the condenser for the AC, which pushed the radiator forward a little bit, causing it to not line up properly. So it's kind of wedged in there, but it's not sitting properly like how I want it. And it's also creating not enough room for me to be able to put an AC compressor, which leads to the next thing is I got to get an AC compressor. So all the lines are there, everything's there. It's just I need an AC compressor, and that way I can have AC, because it's hot as balls out here, man. I'm out here in the sun doing this at a damn park. But I wanted to do something a little different. Once that's done, I am going to delete the front bumper. I am going to delete it. And I am going to pretty much anything down at the bottom that might be hidden down here, reservoirs or anything, I'm going to be relocating to the inside of the engine bay if needed. Otherwise, I'm just going to delete it entirely. And then I'm going to chop part of it out. Because what's going to happen is I'm gonna be lifting the CRV. So I'm gonna put a 3-inch lift on it, and then I'm about to get some bigger tires. I found some that should fit my stock rims. I think they're 235/75 15s, so they're about 29 inches, which is just enough to be able to fit into the fender wells without cutting the fender wells. So I should have plenty of clearance there once I have the lift in place. And then with this gone, you know, I'll clean everything up down here. But I'm also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a full brush guard here to be able to come up, you know, and have that metal bar here covering the lights a little bit, bar going down. And then what I'll do is I'll probably, because they don't really come with a skid plate attached, so I'll probably get some sheet metal and weld a skid plate on the bottom half of the bar to be able to kind of give it that more aggressive off-road look. But that's kind of the plans here first, is to get this pulled out, get the AC in, get the drive line to be able to get the 4-wheel drive working, and then also to, you know, start from there. I also have to replace the motor mounts, which I already have, so I'll probably do that in the next video. I'll start doing like a series for this, and put a playlist together, so that way if you guys want to keep watching what I do and how this turns out, you know, definitely recommend subscribing. And if you like these type of videos, definitely give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. But that's the plan so far, is we got to pull out the damage, straighten everything up in here, get an AC compressor, get a drive line, and then we can really start putting into this. So I know a lot of people have been waiting for me to come out with some more videos, but this stuff costs money. You know, I got bills and stuff to pay first, so sorry guys, I still work a 9 to 5 for the time being, at least. You never know. Anyways, that's the plans. That's where I'm at with this, and that's what I got planned for this build. As I go into it, you know, definitely drop some comments below, let me know what ideas I can do to kind of help this progress along. If you guys have any insight on anything, that'd be great. So I've never really done anything kind of off-roading setup, so let me know what you guys think, what you would recommend, what I should do, you know, that way I can take it into consideration and maybe see if it's something that I agree upon. I might include it into the build. You know, other accessories I'd like to get eventually would be a roof rack, eliminate the rear bumper and put a rear crash bar back there, brush guard back there, crash bar, whatever you want to call it. You know, but definitely gotta take it slow and easy. That way I'm not breaking the bank and burning out my pockets, and then you guys have no content. But that's where I'm at. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update here, let you know that the CRV is rolling. It is legit. Now, since I have the timing belt and the valve adjustment done, I did that off camera, by the way. One thing I noticed is when you match up the timing marks on this, I don't know if it's just my motor, but it kept retarding the timing, so I had to kind of advance it to get it to not act sluggish. Also too, I do pretty much have a B18 top end on the B20 block, B18 cams, B18 intake. Definitely makes a big difference as far as top end power. It has a lot more power through the power band. It can push it a little bit higher in the RPMs versus with the B20 cams and the B20 intake manifold. It had a little bit more torque on the low end. Now, you don't really notice the difference as far as any torque loss, but I mean, yeah, you're going to lose maybe a couple foot-pounds, but nothing significantly to where it's going to be super noticeable. But thanks again for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all my current subscribers that have been following me and helping me, you know, keeping me motivated to keep these videos going for you guys. I'd like to be able to keep making more. So don't forget to drop me a thumbs up if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe so that way you can stay up to date with what I got going on here for the CRV for you guys. Until next time, guys, peace.